Now this is an old school perspective on this this conversation. You know, back in the days, even though you go to a church and you raise a hymn, and there's someone in the church that could word the hymn, once the person that raised the hymn could word the hymn, you know, they would give way to the person to word the hymn. So for example, if I come by you and I raise a hymn, and I could word my hymn, from the time I raise my hymn, you're supposed to give me a chance to word my hymn. What a lot of people don't know is that when you raise a hymn, and you word in the hymn, and you're going to pray, you're going to preach, you are going to be drawing from the energy from the people, or the energy in the, which is the energy in the atmosphere anyway. So what happened is, due respect supposed to be given to the person that raised the hymn, whether it have somebody in the church that is the best archangel or the straight from heaven, it doesn't matter, you would give respect to that. Now what happens nowadays in churches is that 2 and 3 people word in a hymn with the person that raised the hymn, and that is bad teaching, bad practice and everything. Now you see the young people that gifted coming up. Now some of them go take good teaching, you know, and some of them will get a teaching and take it, and some of them get a teaching and they'll go against it, because they will go out. I have seen, I go to pilgrimage and thing already, and church Thanksgiving and thing, and I seen young people, because they find they have a voice, and I'm watching them, they're just singing because they have a voice. Now yes, you might be able to sing good, but you gotta get the person who raised the hymn, or the person who's going to preach, or the person who's going to pray. They have to give you leeway, and sometimes when them hush, it's not that they can't word the hymn, you know, but they realize they don't want the thing to sound like confusion now. You know, so these are message to leaders now. Leaders, you know, mothers and everything. You have to know how to manage your gifting, man. Yeah, your gifting, you have to learn. You have to learn to manage them gifting that you have in the church, because it could end up being confusion. And it could end up being real dread confusion. Because you picture this, a bishop or archbishop come by you to visit, and I'm talking about a real spirit man kind of archbishop, or a bishop, or something like that, or a spirit mother, and she raised him to go down in the Kayaba. You know them kind of thing, all they like them talk. And when she raised him, you have 2 young children there who go in and who are nice voice now. And 2 of them going and word the hymn for that mother together, for that mother to draw from the hymn. I think that could be kind of real embarrassing, or that minister, that archbishop, or that bishop, or that spirit man. You know, we're not saying they can't run the course without that, you know. But we're saying, you know, sometimes we get ourselves. So, you know, we're glad to know we have voices in the church, that we allow them things to just pass like if it's nothing. But you know, whether all you agree or you disagree, that's bad teaching. That's bad teaching. It means that children don't know their place in big people business, and big people encouraging children. You know, long time when you go by old people and parents, children come and sit down in between the parents and talking in the conversation. That was never right. So how it could be right now? We talking about old school teaching here. If it was never right, family, how come it could be right now? So if you're a young singer, or you have a pretty voice, and you could hear what I'm saying here, you know, search within yourself. If it's right that because you have a nice voice, you must go anywhere and just open your mouth and sing because your leader or your mother find you have a nice voice. And I wanted to really consider that, you know, you must be able to have teaching, and you must be able to have discipline. And if you don't have no discipline, then you'll grow up without discipline, and you will do these things until you get embarrassed somewhere. You know, and that is why when I go to preach, sometimes I would ask, you know, could I have the privilege to word my hymn, please? And I don't mind if people vex, you know, because if you invite me to preach you, that means you're going to entertain me. And if you're entertaining me, it means that you have to give me some privileges, because you know that my course might be different from your course. So then you have to give me that privilege to do what I come to do because you invite me. And that is why if I invite you, I will do the same. When I invite you, let me tell you something. When somebody come at me, I just get them free course to run. I don't try to word no hymn for them. I don't try to take them down no road. As if they're preaching, and while they're preaching, they open my road, I will open my road for them. I will hail, I will sail. And that is what you have to do. And that is the other side of the thing that try not to know the place with. You understand? Sometimes you could sing, but you ain't really had the gift yet, you know. There's the ability, but there's not yet the gifting. We got to talk about this part too. So all you hook me up in the comments, whether all you for or against. I have no problem if all you come for me, you know, but you know, that's part of the thing now. You know, we must have discipline with the gifting, but we must also have spirituality with the gifting. God bless.